everyone, thanks very much for coming. This is the final press conference for Friday's MTK Fight Night at the famous, iconic York Hall. For a start, we'd just like to say thank you very much to Repton Boxing Club for having us here. This is another sort of very famous place, steeped in history, and it's an honour to be here. We'll go straight to promoter Lee Eaton. Lee, first ESPN show at York Hall. Bigger platform, brighter lights. Must be very proud.
Very happy to. Hello. Very happy to be back at York Hall with for the first ESPN card. And what a bill it is, obviously, to have former world champions, British champions, former world ranked fighters coming back into fight a world ranked fighter, and that is it's a massive card stacked with obviously good fights all the way through the card. So over the moon to put this on and look forward to it.
It is a great card pretty much from top to bottom, but are there any sort of fights that you're particularly thinking like, yeah?
Do you know what, the four main fights on ESPN, an absolute crackers. First one, obviously first fight live is going to be Anthony Yigit versus Sear Osgood. We all know about obviously Anthony Yigit, former world title challenger, but we all know about Sear Osgood, who will just fight absolutely anyone. The man loves to fight, so that's going to be an absolute war. Danny Darko versus, or Eggbanoki, but Darko versus Martin McDonough is a boxer versus all a boxer, but Danny Darko absolutely, he's just buzzing for it. Martin McDonough jumped at the chance for this fight. One's 4-0, one's 5-0, so it's mad to think that they've took it at this short in their careers, but it looks to be a cracker. Miguel Vazquez versus Ohara Davies could only be a good fight. Miguel Vazquez, obviously former world champion. Ohara Davies is mixed at the top level all the way through, so I know Ohara's absolutely buzzing for it. Predicts a third round KO, so we'll see if he can make up to that. And Ryan Walsh making the sixth defence of a British title, which is unheard of. It's pretty unreal against an undefeated kid. So to be honest, and then the undercard, Donovan Mortlock, Jack Eubank, Bradley Hacksaw, and Casey Kademi. So it's a stacked card all the way through, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, do you know what stands out means? Because you've sort of named everything there, but that's good. Great stuff. We're going to start with someone you just mentioned at the end there, Donovan Mortlock. A young man who's already racked up 3 straight wins, and I think they've all come at York Hall, haven't they, Donovan? So must feel a bit like your front room. Are you getting more and more comfortable at York Hall?
Yeah, I'm very comfortable at York Hall, man. I like it there. It's like my home ground.
Good stuff. And you're in against a guy who's notoriously durable in Dwayne Mad Dog Green. How good is it to have that kind of sort of defiance in front of you, and how much more is that going to bring out of you in terms of your skill level?
It just adds more fuel to the fire, you know. I'm keen to impress them. Obviously, after this fight, I'm looking to take a step up. I want some harder tests, and I hope Lee and the rest of the MTK team can help that out for me.
Great stuff, Donovan. We look forward to seeing you in action on Friday night. Another promising prospect here is Sam Gilly, who some of you probably already have heard of. He's already 8-0, 4 KOs, and looking to really put the wind up the welterweight division. Sam, a step up for you as well in Jamani Kamira, a very slick operator. How can you handle that step up on the night?
Just pretty much do what we've been doing in training, focus on everything Rod's been telling me. And you just got to do all these awkwardness really. He comes from either side, so yeah, just got to listen to Rod and do what I always do.
You recently signed with MTK Global, and what do you expect that to do for your career, and when it comes to sort of accelerating the rise? Because it's clear you've got the talent.
Well, look at this here. Sat in Repton for the first time at a press conference, stacked full of fighters, talent. I've got a British champion sat next to me. I've got an ex-world champion, got Ohara Davies on the show. Look at the level of this show.
Great stuff. So have you got a message or any particular targets at welterweight you want to call out, or is it simply whoever's in your way?
Listen, I've always said I want to do the traditional route. I'd love to go southern area, then move English and go that way, because I think you learn the most that way. But yeah, whoever's got a belt, let's go.
Great stuff, Sam. Looking forward to you taking the next step as well. As good as Jamani Kamira is, Sam will be favourite for that fight. We're going to move on now to one of the first fights that people are billing as some kind of 50-50 These are two unbeaten super lightweight prospects in Danny Egbeniki and Martin McDonough. They're both risking their O's for our entertainment on Friday night. We'll start with Martin, a very slick southpaw, proved his skills as an amateur. Martin, you actually said earlier in the week that you believe this is a bigger step up for Danny than it is for yourself. Just explain what you meant by that.
100% it is a bigger step up for him. He's not done what I've done. He hasn't anything. He's not boxed the people I've boxed. I'm ready.
People, I guess, given your style, I don't think you've lost a round as a professional yet,
No,
have
I
you?
haven't not lost one round yet, no.
So people will assume that you'll sort of be on your bike trying to catch him on the way in. Is this a clear-cut case of boxer versus fighter in your book?
Yeah, styles makes fights, but I know what to do to get the win Friday night.
I take it, we're going to move on to Danny now. Danny, I take it you probably disagree with some of what Martin's just said.
Yeah, I do. Obviously, it's a step up for both of us, really. I think he's only fought journeyman, so him saying it's a bigger step up for me is basically saying he thinks I'm a journeyman. I'm no journeyman, and
You fought journeyman as well.
I know, but you're saying it's a bigger step up for me. It's a big
you
step
ain't
up for
been
both
in
of us.
with the- you
But
ain't got
anyway, as I said, I'm not going to disrespect him. I've got all respect for him for stepping up to the fight, because we offered this fight to a few people and they didn't want to do it. So I'm not really. I respect him for taking the fight, and that's how it is. Man.
When I've spoken to people who've sparred you, I think Ohara's sparred you a few times, and they've always spoken about your physicality. Is the plan, if he's on the back foot and looking to pick you up on the way in, is the plan for you to overwhelm him with that physicality?
To pick me up on the way in.
Yeah.
Good luck, innit?
Good luck.
Good luck to that.
Good luck to you.
Good luck to that.
Skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills, Danny.
And their coach talks a lot as well, but
Yeah.
he talks way
Listen,
too much.
I'll
You
back
talk
up.
too much. You talk too
I'll
much.
back up.
Man. You talk too
I'll
much.
back up.
You talk too
I'll
much.
back up.
How are you gonna back up what you talk? How are you gonna
I'll
back
back
it
it
up?
up.
How are you gonna back it up? How are you gonna back it up, bruv? You're not in the ring. You're all talk. You're not a traveller. Start acting like you're a traveller, bruv. You're all talk. That's all you are. You're all talk, bruv. What do you mean shut up? You all talk.
Thank you guys, thank you. Let's leave that one now, please. Thanks to both of you. Thank you, Danny. Danny, thank you. Please pass the mic on. Sounds like that one's going to have a little bit of spice to it, so we're going to move on to another intriguing contest. Only 8 months ago, Anthony Yiggett fought for a world title. That brutal clash with Baranchyk remains his own defeat, and he seems to be rebuilding fairly quickly now. In his way is Sia Ozgul, who will fight anyone. So standing in Yigit's way back to rebuilding towards world level is Sia Ozgul, who, as Lee mentioned earlier, genuinely will fight anyone. Everyone was very impressed with Sia's performance against Victor Postal last year, and he's bouncing back from a title loss up at welterweight, perhaps at his more suitable weight back down at super light. So Sia, just tell us a bit about your attitude when you were offered this fight.
When we offered this fight, I was very excited because he is national Turkish as well. This is very interesting fight for us because first time in history two Turkish fighter fight in professional boxing arena, and I am very confident this fight. I was very good training camp with Barry Healy. I'm ready this fight.
Good stuff. You fought, as we mentioned, for a title up at welter last time. Is it better for you down at 140?
Yeah, better for me. For now, better for me.
Good stuff. And Anthony, as we mentioned, you've already fought at a very high level in your career. Where do you sort of see yourself on the global scene? How do you fit into that global scene right now?
I don't know. Right now, I want to see that fight happening. You know, I came here to steal the show, but they already did that. You know. No, but jokes aside, as I said, I fought for the world title. Got my first loss. Obviously, I'm not ashamed of that. You know, stepped up. I did what I could do. Just wasn't enough. And since then, I've been working hard, just trying to fine-tune whatever. Whatever mistakes I make in the ring, make sure that all the blemishes and stuff like that happens in the ring doesn't happen again. So that fight was almost a year ago, and I bounced back, have 2 victories behind me against good opponents, but obviously I'm not where I was. So slowly we're building up again. I'm slowly trying to earn my place up at the top again, and I think this is a very interesting fight because first of all, I was living in London actually, training in St Pancras Boxing Club. So I've heard a lot about Sierra Özgül, and I actually watched him fight as well because I had my mates fight in York Hall. And when I saw the venue, I was like, man, I would love to fight in York Hall, and now I get the chance to do so, and I'm so happy for it.
Thank you very much, Anthony. We look forward to a cracking contest there. We're going to move on now to the main support. The British title, some feel, is the best looking belt going, and it's certainly one of the most prestigious. Wearing the featherweight version of it now, just shy of 4 years, has been Ryan Walsh. The Walsh brothers, as everyone will know, incredibly popular, solid fighting men. And now Ryan meets an undefeated Scottish fighter who has arrived, thankfully, with no fear, and that's Lewis Paulin. Lewis, we're going to hear from you first, if that's okay. People have pointed out how big a step up this is for you, but presumably you wouldn't be here if you didn't think it was one that was long overdue.
Yeah, that's correct. I know it's a step up, but I'm more than ready, and like the only way I ever really find out is by stepping up and testing yourself against the best, and fighting for the British title is just like hit the jackpot for me. So I'm more than happy about it. Like, I'm really looking forward to it, and I've been sparring really good guys, and that obviously gives you a bit of an idea. Like, I believe that I'm at this level, but this is the first time I'm going to get to actually show it.
And give us an idea of how you'll cope with the pressure of such a huge opportunity, because we've mentioned the British title several times already, but also the ESPN cameras, the American audience, the global audience on IFL. We've got the king of IFL over there, Coogan. It's potentially life-changing, the Friday night for you, isn't it?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I win this fight, I'll change my life, like, definitely. But I'm used to fighting on big shows. I've fought on a few Ricky Barnes' undercards for the world title. So I have fought in decent sized arenas and that, and the cameras, I'm not really too bothered with that. As for like the pressure, I think all the pressure is really on him because I'm the underdog. You know, if you're underdog, you're going in with nothing to lose, really.
Great stuff. Thanks very much, Lewis. And Ryan, we mentioned your famous fighting family there. It seems to be able to gain some momentum now with your brothers returning, now you on this big show. With the increasing activity, how much better do you feel you can get personally?
Huge for everything. Proved it in my career when I was active. I was at my best, and this is quite active for me. 6 months is alright. But it was 8 months the fight before, and I was impressed with things that I learned in that time. So I'm more than confident that with MTK, with activity, I'll be able to find a peak, which I think I'm coming up to the next couple of years. It'll be my peak. I'm very confident in that too.
And what degree of threat lies over the other side of this table in Lewis Paulin? Do you feel like you're above him, or are you just refusing to take anything for granted against an undefeated fighter who, like we say, is coming here with no fear at all?
Physically, I think it's hard for me at featherweight to be above anybody. I don't have any of this in me. I'm not a very big guy, so it's hard to be above anyone, to be honest with you, Isaac. So I'd never try to be like that. I just think in the ring we have these people talk about skills, levels, and more than anything, have experience. That's my biggest asset right now. I don't think there's a more experienced British champion, is there? Because there's not many who fought more British title fights, which is huge, isn't it? I have to use that experience. And I looked on Box Rec last night, which was, I found something quite unusual. The last time I boxed at York Hall was on a Friday night against a Scotsman. Talk about the stars aligning. I also had my gym friend, Dwayne Green, on the same bill, so I'm not leaving too much deja vu and things like that, but I do like good omens, and there are 2 good omens which I look forward to. I haven't fought on a Friday night for a long time. The last time was in, so that's exciting.
I just had my producer in my earpiece, definitely wasn't Lee Eaton in this earpiece, so this is going to be a record-breaking night for you at the 6th defence. Does that mean much to you? I mean, the British title, presumably, like with any fighter, is very special, and I guess defending it that many times is even more special.
Well, I didn't know it was going to be any sort of record breaking. I thought
Lee whispering, is it?
Is that right? Well, if it is, that's good. I can equal the record. You don't think about them things. More than anything, I've become very attached to that title. That's my belt. I already own 1, and if the stupid rule wouldn't have been changed, I could have possibly owned 2. And that's something I'm going to take into the ring. That's my belt. And,
Great stuff.
No one's taking it off me. Not Lewis, not the next guy, not any guy. The only way that belt goes is when I back out or I grow the weight. That's the only 2 options.
Superb, thank you guys. What a fight that promises to be, a real battle of experience versus promise for a British title, and attention from America, it's not to be missed. Now we're on to the headline act, and someone who's already had plenty of attention from America is this man, Miguel Vazquez, who reigned supreme at lightweight for more than 4 years earlier in the decade. We're talking about a real Mexican boxing hero here, and although he's just 32, he'll certainly be the most accomplished fighter Ohara Davies has faced. Miguel, welcome to England. You've had almost 50 fights. What is still left for you to achieve in boxing? What do you feel you can still win? That's a lot by the sounds of it.
Yeah, first time, thank you for MTK Global for the invitation. Sorry for my English, not as good. Sorry, but I want Richard that I want win this fight because I want be a world champion again. But Ohara Davies is a good fighter, and I know no it's easy the fight.
Great stuff, and your English is much better than my Spanish, so that's a good thing. We're going to hear straight from we're going to hear from the enigma that is Ohara Davies now. One of the most natural punchers around, also a figure of controversy in the past. Ohara, we haven't seen you for a long time, and back in the past few years we saw many sides of what's quite a colourful personality. So before we talk boxing, who is Ohara Davies right now, right here and now?
Who is Ohara Davies right now? That whole arrogant act that I've had on in the past, I've now put that quite behind me, and I just want to be me, naturally me. Just a normal, humble guy that's on the show with all these other great other fighters. A lot of people saying that, how do I feel that I'm the main event? I don't see it as me being like the main event. All of us collectively as a team are making the show, and we all sell the show. I've got Ryan Wilshire, this guy sells about 1,000 tickets. All of these other great guys on the show, and that they can all fight. And even if I wasn't on this bill, I would literally come out to see all of these other guys fight, because all of these guys are all in hard fights. Anthony Yiggett there is a world title challenger. Theo Osgal, he's fought amazing fighters. And I'm glad to be on a bill with all of these other amazing names. And, I don't see it as I'm the headliner. I could be first fight, I could be second fight, it don't matter. At the end of the day, a fight's a fight, and we're here to put on a show and to entertain the fans.
A lot of applause there. A lot of your fans were maybe a touch frustrated that in the casual fight you didn't throw your right hand, which previously had probably been your biggest weapon. Is it, considering how long it's been since we sort of saw it knock out Paul Kamanga, is it still a world-class shot, and will we see more of it on Friday night?
In my casual fight, listen, as an entertainer, boxing is entertainment. This is the entertainment business. I felt entertained in that fight. I watched the fight back. I won the fight. I know that I won the fight 100%. Everyone knows that I won the fight. But what I failed to do was that I failed to entertain. And that's what I'm known for. I'm known for being entertaining inside the ring and out. So in that avenue there, I failed. I didn't entertain. People left that fight bored, if you know. People left that fight bored, if anything. But I've entertained in the past. I fought Paul Camango. I fought Derry Matthews. I fought all of these other names. And I've knocked out all of these guys. And that's what I am. I'm an entertainer. That's why I didn't want to come in a 4, 6, 8 rounder against some bum. I want a former world champion, an amazing fighter in Vazquez. He's an amazing fighter. Muy bien. I can speak Spanish. Yo hablo español un poco. Listen, Vazquez is an amazing fighter. Amazing fighter. And we're here to entertain. We're here to put on a great fight. But I'm confident that I'm going to come away with the victory.
Brilliant stuff. Well, we hope you agree that was pretty interesting and informative. I'm sure the fights are going to be on Friday night as well. The fighters will now be available for one-on-ones, and the information for tomorrow is that we're back here in this historic environment for the weigh-in on the scales at 3 p.m. So thanks again for coming, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow.